For God so loved the world, that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.
Download the Pray.com app today.
This is Pretty Litter, the world's smartest cat litter. Its ultralight, super absorbent formula traps odors, and its crystals change colors to help you monitor your cat's health. Plus, Pretty Litter offers free delivery. Order today at prettylitter.com.
How do you open tough jar lids? Do you try this one? Or this one? Or how about this one?
Honey?
This is the future. Shouldn't there be a robot for this by now? There is. Introducing RoboTwist, the robotic jar opener that easily twists off even the toughest lids. Just set it down, press the button, and watch it work. First, the RoboStrong vise locks down tight. Then the powerful twisting action unscrews the lid. RoboTwist is yours for the special introductory price of just $19.99. That's right, the robotic jar opener that easily twists off even the toughest lids. All for just $19.99. Whether the jar is big or small, RoboTwist can open them all. Supplies are limited, so don't delay. Here's how to get yours today.
Call 1-800-348-0243. That's 1-800-348-0243 or order online at myrobotwist.com.
Whoa. The Kentucky Lottery's Cash Pop Daily Draw Game. Choose your numbers 1 to 15. One number wins it every 4 minutes. Play Cash Pop. Maybe your lucky number will win you some scratch.
In Jackson County. And our severe weather alert day rolls on as a winter storm warning goes into effect in just 3 hours. I'll have the latest coming up. First at 4 is next. And good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, winter storm number 3 is set to move in soon. Much of our region could see 3 to 6 inches of snow, while tens of thousands remain without power after 2 ice storms. Our severe weather alert day continues. Meteorologist Evan Hatter breaks it all down for us. Evan? That's right, Steve. This winter storm warning, the latest in a long line of winter alerts, takes effect tonight at 7 o'clock. And that will be for just about the entire area. In fact, every one of our counties under this winter storm warning, winter weather advisory, and some of the surrounding areas where they're not quite expecting as much snow. I'll show you the temperatures this hour because that's going to be the main focus of where we're going to see some of that rain versus some of that snow. 22 in Jackson, it's 27 in Hazard. But look along the southern border there with Tennessee and Virginia. They're in the upper 30s, Jonesville in the 40s right now. So where we see that kind of warm nose is where we're going to see a little bit more rain versus a little bit of that snow. Feels like temperature, see, it is chilly out there with some of that wind. Still feels just like 22 in Jackson, 14 in London, and 19 in Somerset, 13 degrees in Moorhead. So keep the jackets on, those heavy coats as you head out this evening. Pinpoint Doppler showing, well, you look at that and you think, well, snow's falling everywhere, but we put that in motion. A lot of that's not reaching the ground. There's not quite enough moisture in the lowest levels, so we're just now starting to see a few showers trying to move into places like the Cumberland Valley. So just keep that WYMT weather app handy as you go later on through the night. We're going to start to see those snow showers really move in as we head into the evening, as those temperatures stay in the upper 20s to near 30 and actually rise overnight. I'll have the latest on the in-depth timing and totals coming up in a little bit. Steve? All right, Evan, thank you. Transportation crews continue to clear up what is left from the past 2 storms and prepare for the next one. WYMT's Madison program talks to officials in Clay County and has more.
Officials in Clay County stay busy cutting trees and salting roads.
We've been working around the clock for the last 3 days. We've got a lot of trees down. We cut 404 yesterday. As
thousands of people remain without power Wednesday, and the county officials focus on those in desperate need.
We've worked tirelessly day after day trying to make sure all of our citizens are safe, and have a way to meet their appointments and get their medical needs met.
Clay County Judge Executive Johnny Johnson says they cannot wait for some sunshine.
Last snowstorm we had and this one coming, if we can get through that, where our plan is, we're going to take our excavators and clean the side of the roads, get all the trees off, and try to get everything opened up where we can get to them.
But in the meantime, preparing for what this next storm will bring. In Clay County, Madison Pergram, WYMT Mountain News.
We'll have more from Clay County officials and how they are preparing for the next storm later tonight. Jackson County is one of the hardest hit areas from the previous ice storm. Thousands of homes and businesses are still without power. Just getting around is tough because so many trees are down. Olivia Russell is there with the latest.
Driving into Jackson County, it seemed like road conditions were significantly worse the second we crossed that county line, but the slushy roads and the tree limbs lining those streets are only part of the problem. Those downed tree limbs led to a lot of power outages. At one point, about 3/4 of the county was without power. It's been restored to several homes, but about 3,000 are still in the dark. People rushed to gas stations to fill kerosene tanks so they can stay warm. The National Guard was called in Wednesday morning to help clean fallen tree limbs, which will help crews restore power sooner. The county is also taking advantage of the schools with generators, using them as warming shelters. Officials are now asking people to stay home if possible as they prepare for another round of snow.
Some people have to be out, and we understand that. But the main thing is stay in and ration your resources. Expect to be in for another, at least probably to the first of the week, because if the temperatures drop like they're predicting, this is going to be on the ground for a while.
With this next winter storm rolling in, officials expect some of their work to be reversed with more power outages and downed tree limbs, but they say they still won't stop. In Jackson County, Olivia Russell, WKYT.
Officials there are also helping to transport people if they need to go to or from a warming shelter. As winter storms continue to move across eastern Kentucky, some students face the challenge of completing online work without power. WYMT's Corey Sanning spoke with officials at one business trying to help.
A mix of snow, ice, and sleet not only left some eastern Kentuckians without power and a safe way of travel, it has left students wondering about their futures as well. With winter storms pummeling the Commonwealth recently, most schools remain virtual as crews work to clear roadways. But with severe weather comes another challenge, a challenge that Eric Smith is determined to help kids overcome.
When I came to town and saw all the outages, I realized, hey, cricket can help, our community. So we reached out to the community and started sharing, we've got a place for you to stay warm. We've got a place where you can get some hot coffee or rest in your car and connect your kids to the internet so they can do school.
Smith tells me that this location is not the only one that families can utilize. He encourages anyone in need to visit the nearest location to them if they find themselves in need during this time. In London, Corey Sanning, WYMT Mountain News.
Of course, we'll see how this continues to develop with another winter storm on the way. Corey will have more on this tonight at 6, as well as reaction from some school officials. And lots of schools have already made decisions about tomorrow. You can see all those at the bottom of your screen and on our WYMT News and weather apps and WYMT.com. Let's head over to Wall Street now on this Wednesday afternoon. The Dow closes up today more than 90 points. We'll have more financial news in our next half hour. Conservative talk radio host Rush Limbaugh is dead. Limbaugh's wife made the announcement on his radio show today. He had been battling stage 4 lung cancer since February 2020. The day after his cancer announcement, former President Trump awarded him the Presidential Medal of Freedom. His politics made him a polarizing media figure, but also garnered him millions of loyal listeners. We'll have more on his life and legacy coming up later tonight. But straight ahead here on First at 4, children are being given the COVID-19 vaccine in a new phase trial in Britain.
And watching snow start to move into the mountains as our third winter storm in 10 days starts to bear down. I'll have the latest timing and totals coming up.
Introducing NutriChopper, the compact handheld speed slicer that cuts up to 10 times quicker than a knife. You can have one slice or 10 perfect slices at once. NutriChopper comes with the razor-sharp interchangeable stainless steel blades to make all of the cuts you want, and all incredibly quick. Mince a mound of onions and never have time for tears. And NutriChopper comes with a perfect portion container so you can slice, seal, and store it all in one. You get the complete NutriChopper set with blades and container with lids, all for just $19.99 with free shipping. Order now.
Are you a teen, homeless, not knowing where you'll sleep tonight? Are you exiting foster care and needing independent housing? Path the Promise offers housing assistance for youth ages 14 to 24 by providing emergency host homes for youth enrolled in school. Our crisis houses are for ages 18 to 24 and offer a more stable living environment. Call or stop in at a Sapling Center location near you or connect on Facebook at KRCC Path the Promise. Start down your Path the Promise today.
Now when you run the numbers at your Toyota dealer, get $1,750 customer cash on any new aggressively sophisticated 21 Highlander. Or you can lease one for $269 a month. Run the numbers and save. Toyota, let's go places.
Kentucky Blood Center is looking for blood donors all over the state, especially in Eastern Kentucky. The blood you donate directly impacts your community by saving local lives. Go to kybloodcenter.org/find-a-drive and save a neighbor.
Attention cancer victims who use the weed killer Roundup. A federal jury unanimously found that Monsanto's popular weed killer Roundup was a substantial factor in causing cancer. You may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you or someone you love used Roundup weed killer and were diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, call the number on your screen now. The World Health Organization has designated glyphosate, the main ingredient in Roundup weed killer, a probable human carcinogen. Thousands of agriculture workers may have been exposed to serious health risks by using this dangerous product. You may be owed significant financial compensation from the manufacturer. Call and speak to an experienced attorney today for a free consultation. If you don't win, you pay nothing. If you or someone you love used Roundup and were diagnosed with cancer, call the number on your screen now. Don't wait. There may be time deadlines to file a claim.
Call 800-518-1470. That's 800-518-1470.
Over the years, people have asked me, how did your firm get so big? The answer is simple. We won a lot. Why do you think some of these other firms are so much smaller? Maybe it's because not many people hire them. In this business, you grow by winning. As America's largest injury law firm, we have more lawyers than any other injury firm. Proof's in the pudding. Size is our strength. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
The WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The WYMT News app, powered by Appalachian Wireless.
That's right. Our third winter storm in just 10 days is beginning to move into the mountains, especially as we head later on into this evening, though some areas may be getting a taste of the snow right now or will be moving in shortly. Winter storm warning now in effect for all of us through Friday. Now, it goes into effect starting tonight at 7 o'clock, and the National Weather Service in Jackson actually extended the end time on this. Was set to go until 7 o'clock Friday morning, now set to go until 7 o'clock Friday night. So we'll see just how that plays out as we go forward over the next little bit. Studio camera outside our front door here. Parking lots are dry. We're not seeing anything falling from the sky just yet. I-75 at London, you can see the remnants of a little bit of snow. We're actually starting to see maybe a little bit in the way of some of that snow. You can actually see some still in the grassy areas there just off the side of the road. Temperatures for most in those 20s and some middle 20s for most of us. Richmond at 25, London 24, 22, Jackson. But look down across the Tennessee and Virginia borders here. We're in the middle 30s to even some lower 40s. And it's this area, this warm nose, that will be crucial as to just exactly what kind of precipitation we'll see for especially the southern part of the area. Now, that Arctic cold is still in place across most of our northwestern area. We're not going to have to worry about that. It should be all snow as we head towards parts of maybe the I-64 corridor over toward the Mountain Parkway corridor. Now, you look at Pinpoint Doppler this afternoon, you say, hey, where's the snow and hazard? It's showing snow. We're not seeing any. It's probably picking up on some low-level moisture that's not exactly reaching the ground as snow. We put this into motion, kind of back it out. You see our storm system across the deep south right now, parts of Arkansas and Mississippi. Plenty of Gulf moisture along with this, and that will be riding up into our area as we head over the next 12 to 24 hours. 29 for that low tonight, though that temperature should start to rise a little bit with that warm nose trying to move just ever so slightly into southern and eastern Kentucky with those rain and snow showers for most. Timing this out on Future View, you notice there's that freezing line right along the border. By 8 o'clock tonight, we're starting to see the snow move into the mountains. Will be with us during the overnight, but notice that freezing line tries to make a run to the north and switch some of this over to a mix of maybe sleet and freezing rain, maybe even just some plain old rain across parts of southwest Virginia and far southeastern Kentucky. That's something we're going to be really keeping an eye on that will definitely have an effect on some of those snowfall totals. Future View trying to keep some of that snowfall in through the evening hours tomorrow. I think once we get past the morning hours, we'll start to wind that down. Some of our models, the IBM graph model, one of our newer models, showing right around 4 inches for most, but give or take a couple inches, and our GFS global model showing some of those 3 to 3.5 inch totals. We'll be keeping an eye on that. Our forecast having that 3 to 6 inch plus for most of the area. It's that far southeastern part of the area we're going to have to keep an eye on for maybe 2 to 4 inches of snow with some rain mixing in, and we can't rule out maybe even up to a 1/4 inch of that ice, but I don't think that's the main threat. On that extended forecast where your weekend is always in view, we can start to breathe a sigh of relief. By Friday, we're calming down the snow chances, but it will still be on the chilly side. Sun and clouds return for Saturday and Sunday. That storm system on Monday looks to be all rain, and we're warming up to near 50 by the middle of next week, Steve. So the light is at the end of the tunnel.
Well, at least there's not much ice in this one, but the thing I'm worried about is trees are already way down. Even if you get heavy, wet snow, that could cause a lot of problems.
Right, and where the temperatures are going to be close to freezing, you can get a lot of heavier snow with that with the temperatures closer to freezing, so that will definitely be something to watch as we go through tonight.
Yeah, we certainly will. Hopefully we won't have many more power outages, but that certainly is a possibility. Thank you very much, Evan. Winter weather is wreaking havoc in much of the southern United States this week. The bitter cold has already claimed at least 20 lives while leaving millions without heat or electricity. In Plano, Texas, to protect her 8-month-old daughter, Tara Davis is heading for Tampa, Florida to stay with family.
This is a chance we're willing to take to not have to have our baby out here in -degree weather, and then also to be stuck in our home for multiple days where we're not sure when help is going to come.
People across Texas are demanding to know when their power will be back on and why it has stayed off for so long in the first place. Governor Greg Abbott is blaming ERCOT, the Electric Reliability Council of Texas, charged with operating the state's grid. Abbott called for a full investigation into the nonprofit organization. A spokesperson for ERCOT supports the investigation but claims the blackouts they've had are necessary. The Postal Service is struggling to get the job done in some areas. Snow caused the USPS to temporarily suspend services in parts of the South. On its website, the Post Service says its services were temporarily suspended for parts of Dallas, Fort Worth, and Houston. Children as young as 6 are being given the Oxford AstraZeneca coronavirus vaccine in a new trial in Britain. CBS's Ian Lee is in London with why researchers are using children to help fight the virus.
For 16-year-old Tilda, volunteering to get a COVID vaccine was a no-brainer.
It's quite cool, really. I might be one of the only people I know around my age group that's got it.
She might be one of 300 kids between 6 and 17 to get the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine. Others in the blind trial will get a meningitis shot. Researchers hope to discover if the vaccine produces a strong immune response in children.
It felt good to be helping the research and get it rolled out into children to protect us.
While in many cases, children tend not to get seriously ill from COVID, researchers believe vaccinating young people could slow the virus's spread.
A lot of children are the ones being asymptomatic, and with the asymptomatic, there's risk of the infection spreading because people don't know that they're currently infected and carrying the virus.
Many wonder, though, are COVID vaccines safe for kids?
I think uniformly, we all think that the vaccines, the leading vaccine candidates, are safe in the elderly, are safe in adults, and are safe in children.
Showing it takes all of us, young and old, to defeat this disease. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
U.S. health experts are investigating a rare but serious medical condition associated with COVID-19 in children. It's called multisystem inflammatory syndrome in children. It's not yet known what causes it and who is at risk of developing it. Well, straight ahead on First at 4, doctors find another COVID-19 symptom that may go unnoticed. We'll look at the study. Plus, we'll have the latest entertainment news in our Hollywood Minute.
Full Court Press with Greta Van Susteren on WYMT.
Struggling with the battle of the bulge? Going to the gym is time-consuming and costs a fortune. Introducing Slim Cycle, the 2-in-1 fitness breakthrough that gives you twice the results in half the time. Just take a seat and start pedaling your way to a slimmer you right in your own home. One machine that combines a full cardio blast workout with arm resistance to sculpt lean muscle mass as you pedal your way thin.
People love working out on this bike. It adds the cardio with the strength training. And when you put that combination together, that's when we get the most increased benefit from workout.
Only Slim Cycle transforms from the upright to recumbent position. With 2.5 inches of superior cushion and memory foam backrest, it'll be the most comfortable ride of your life, guaranteed. The seat adjusts to fit anyone from 4'11" to 6'4" and holds up to 300 pounds. There's 8 levels of magnetic resistance and a super smooth pedaling system to sculpt your body in as little as 10 minutes a day.
Even just 10 minutes on a Slim Cycle, I feel good. I feel like I've accomplished something.
And Slim Cycle is completely silent. With large digital display and built-in heart rate monitor, it tracks all your information right at your fingertips. Plus, it even folds in half and is on wheels for easy storage. Traditional bikes are uncomfortable and cost a fortune. Now, Slim Cycle can be yours for the factory direct price of only 6 payments of $39.99. But wait, order in the next 15 minutes and we'll take 1 entire payment off. We'll also include 10 free, fun, downloadable videos featuring live fitness classes. Plus, the adjustable Slim Away belt, free. Wrap it around your waist for a slimmer look or to maximize your workout. We'll even ship it to you absolutely free. Slim Cycle also comes with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. You can get the entire Slim Cycle program, 10 downloadable workouts, Slim Away belt, plus free shipping for the incredible price of just 5 payments of $39.99. So order now.
Call 1-800-684-2198. That's 1-800-684-2198 or visit buyslimcycle.com. So call 1-800-684-2198.
Pretty Litter, the world's smartest kitty litter. It's odorless, guaranteed. Color-changing crystals help monitor kitty's health. 1 bag, 1 cat, 1 month. Delivered direct to your door. PrettyLitter.com. Get started today. Pretty cool.
This is Gary C. Johnson. Tuna sin is simply the law. No negativity whatsoever. Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Love to see you.
The WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The WYMT News app, powered by Appalachian Wireless.
A study published in Radiology found significant eye abnormalities in some patients with severe COVID-19. MRI scans showed nodules in the back part of the eye in 7% of the patients studied. Doctors say eye screening should be considered for COVID-19 patients in the ICU. A mother's heart health during pregnancy can impact her child later on. A study in the Journal of the American Medical Association found children born to mothers with the worst heart health had almost 8 times higher risk for the poorest cardiovascular health of their own once they reach their early teens. Researchers want to see if conditions in the womb affect babies' genes. And what you eat could affect your risk for colorectal cancer. Research published in JAMA Network Open found that lower risk for colorectal cancer was associated with higher intakes of fiber, calcium, and yogurt, and lower intakes of alcohol and red meat. Colorectal cancer is the 3rd most commonly diagnosed cancer among men and the 2nd among women. Today's entertainment report includes actors, directors, singers, and a costume designer. Here's CNN's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
In the comic books, the Dora Milaje, the female fighting force that protect the king, they wear a lot of red.
Ruth E. Carter was the first black woman to win an Oscar for costume design for Black Panther, and now she's receiving another rare accolade. February 25th, Carter will be honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in a virtual ceremony live streamed on the Walk of Fame's social media and website. She'll be just the second costume designer on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, joining 8-time Oscar winner Edith Head.
You know what I'm saying? I was trying to be cool this whole time.
Keke Palmer has a new mystery project. She's set to play the lead in Oscar winner Jordan Peele's next movie. The writer-director of Us and Get Out is keeping details of the film under wraps. We do know it's slated for release July 22nd, 2022. Olivia Rodrigo's Driver's License is still the biggest song in the world. The teenage singer-songwriter's debut single tops both of Billboard's global streaming and sales charts for the 5th straight week. That's a long drive. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Still to come on First at 4, are you prepared to be amazed by a maze? That's next in our viral videos.
Looks like our forecast. Some quieter weather finally taking over for the weekend with temperatures both days above freezing, even in the 50s on Sunday, with a little bit of sunshine.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to WYMT's Our Mountain Family. John Roberts here. I'm joined with James Cottle of FAHI. And James, you're the project manager for the Transformational Employment Program. And you guys cover a large part of our coverage area.
We do, John. In southeastern Kentucky, we cover Bell, Clay, Harlan, Jackson, Knox, Laurel, Leslie, Fletcher, Perry, Pulaski, Rockcastle, and Whitley counties.
I'm counting 12 counties on that.
Yes, we are in a 12-county service area.
That's wonderful. And you're helping employers to get a great workforce.
Absolutely. We're helping employers get interns that have had a history of substance use disorder and are in recovery. We offer them great support with Rob Perez from DV8 Kitchen and addiction recovery care for those interns that they take on.
Okay, great. Good deal. So you got incentives for these employers too?
No, absolutely. We offer 8 months of paid salary for the interns. We offer a $1,000 one-time sign-on bonus for employers that take on interns. We also help cover a portion of employee paid benefits over the 8-month internship.
Fantastic, fantastic. So fahi.org is your website, but if they wanted to contact you directly, James, how would they do that?
They could dial me at 438-5837.
Okay. And your email address?
jcottle@fahi.org.
All right, folks. Go out there and get a great workforce going. John Roberts, keep it tuned here to WYMT for more Our Mountain Family.
Are you 14 to 25 years old who's looking for a cool, safe place to have fun and make new friends? Drop into the Sapling Center for food, fun, games, and more. We also offer substance abuse services, counseling services, laundry and showers, life skills education, and free transportation. Just drop in at your nearest Sapling Center location today or connect on Facebook at The Sapling Center. The Sapling Center. Our limbs are young, but our roots are deep.
Closed captioning presented by Wolf, Williams, and Reynolds, serving Eastern Kentucky for Social Security and Federal Black Lung.
Now to our viral video today. The record holder for the world's largest snow maze, Canada's Amazing Corn attraction, returned for a new season of snowy fun in Manitoba, but now it's even bigger. The maze's annual opening was delayed not just by the ambitious increase in size, but by an unseasonably warm winter. The latest layout of this wintry wonder is a whopping 240,000 square feet. The upgrade was not just for bragging rights, but for safety. The redesign incorporated wider paths so adventurers can maintain proper social distancing. More First at 4 is coming up.
Non-attorney spokesperson. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Nightline Legal. Cases assigned on a random basis to participating law firms. This medical device remains approved by the FDA. Attention IUD patients. If you or a loved one suffered serious complications after being implanted with a Paragard IUD, call right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. The Paragard IUD can fracture upon removal, causing broken pieces to potentially embed within the uterus or migrate to other parts of the body, oftentimes requiring the need for additional surgery. Other injuries associated with Paragard IUD include severe pelvic pain, excessive bleeding, scarring, infections, organ perforation, along with many more. If you or a loved one suffered serious complications after being implanted with a Paragard IUD, you may be owed significant compensation from the manufacturer. Don't be a victim. Get the help you deserve. There are time deadlines to file a claim, so don't wait. Call right now.
Call 1-800-683-9656. 1-800-683-9656.
Coming up on First at 4, officials in Johnson County continue to work on roads and power lines as more winter weather is set to move in. And tips on how to keep your four-legged friends safe during these winter storms.
And tracking the latest on the winter storm moving back into the mountains, I'll have the latest details as First at 4 continues.
Mountain News First at 4 continues.
Slick roads and more power outages are possible beginning tonight as our third winter storm in less than 1 week arrives. Meteorologist Evan Hatter has the latest on the timing. Evan?
That's right, Steve. All of our area is in a winter storm warning that goes into effect here in about 2.5 hours at 7 o'clock tonight. And some areas have already seen a little bit of that wintry weather, even some lasting from our last winter storm from just a couple days ago. Still some snow on those grassy areas on the Mountain Parkway at Slade. Roads look just wet. So that's what at least is a good thing right now. We're not dealing with slick roads yet, but more will be possible with some of that snow moving in. Downtown Whitesburg sitting at 34 out there right now. Notice that's above freezing. That's in an area where some of our stations are above freezing. We're going to have to keep an eye on that freezing line because where it sets up will be the highest chance to cut down on some of those snow totals with a little bit of rain. The farther north you go, though, some of that Arctic air, 24 London, 21 into Moorhead. Pinpoint Doppler, you're thinking, well, we got a lot of snow moving in. Not quite. Just a little bit of that low-level moisture being picked up by the radar, but we may start to see a few of those flurries work their way into places like Somerset and Monticello here before too long. I'll have the latest coming up on our latest timing and totals coming up in just a bit.
All right, Evan, thank you. Many people in Johnson County are still working in the dark as crews work through another night to address the issues caused by the recent snow and ice. WYMT's Buddy Forbes spoke to officials who say full electric restoration could take weeks.
Thousands of power outages continue to impact the Johnson County community, leaving many people without electricity and heat for days as the winter weather continues. With scenes like this across the county, power lines and roadways have been hit hard by the winter events that have moved through the mountains since last week. And though many crews from across the region and from out of state are working to clean up and get the electricity flowing again, officials with Big Sandy RECC say that is a huge undertaking that could take up to 14 days for some areas.
We've got a lot of outages, a lot of devastation to overcome, but we're doing it. We're working at it, and it's going to take a while. It's going to take some days to get this power restored.
The Paintsville Recreation Center is now open as a warming station, offering showers, a warm place, and food for people in need. In Johnson County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
The Recreation Center had about 10 people on site as of noon today. One man says he does not know how his family would have made it through the day without a place to stay warm. We'll hear from him tonight at 6. With more snow on the way, it's important to be prepared, and that includes your home. As the wintry weather continues, snow on roofs can also cause some expensive problems. The managing director of insurance with AAA Kentucky says as that ice melts, it can refreeze in your gutters, creating creating an ice dam. He says this is a problem usually seen further north, and the best way to prevent it is regular gutter maintenance and proper insulation.
They happen because the snow at the top of the roof warms faster than the snow at the bottom, usually because of heat buildup inside the attic.
Scroggins says you should never climb onto a snowy roof, but if it gets bad enough, getting some professional help could save you money in the long run. As Eastern Kentuckians continue to face the challenges brought by the winter storms, what about your pets? WYMT's Vivica Grayson is at the Harlan County Animal Shelter with more on that.
While many animals are used to outdoor temperatures, current weather conditions prove adequate shelter during the storm may be the difference between life or death for some animals. People throughout eastern Kentucky are dealing with issues caused by the ice storm, like power outages and slick roads. As these issues are sorted out, our furry friends may directly be affected, as some homes may not have heat and some pets being left outside for too long. Assistant Animal Control Officer Jennifer Williams says our pets' lives are just as important as our own.
They're a companion for a lot of people, especially with the lockdowns, more people working from home. They're interacting with their animals more. They're taking, more astute care of them. They're in the home more here in the last couple months, so they're part of their regular routine.
Staff at the shelter tell me keeping a pet inside during a winter storm is vital for a pet's health. But for now, in Harlan County, Vivica Grayson, WYMT Mountain News.
And Vivica will have more on how to keep pets safe during winter storms later tonight. Let's go down to some breaking news from Frankfort. The governor just released today's COVID-19 numbers. The governor reported 1,017 new cases today. This brings the total number of cases in the Commonwealth to 391,772. The governor reported 18 new deaths, and the death toll in the state stands at 4,336. Our positivity rate up a little bit today, just under 7% at 6.99%. At least 46,225 Kentuckians have recovered from the virus. The dangerous winter weather is delaying COVID-19 vaccination efforts across the nation, including here in eastern Kentucky. The storms are slowing down the deliveries of additional doses, affecting distribution hubs and hurting supply chains in more than a dozen states. In Texas, Dallas County was forced to close its vaccination site, and power outages in Harris County put more than 8,400 doses in jeopardy. Workers have moved to distribute them before they go bad. Officials in several states report that vaccinations are still going on despite the issues, and appointments may need to be rescheduled. I know some that have been rescheduled around here this week. Well, the winter storm that blanketed parts of the nation is causing travel headaches. More than 2,300 flights heading into or out of the United States Wednesday were canceled. That's according to FlightAware.com. Travel from Texas is especially affected, with more than 1,000 flights being axed at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport and Dallas Love Field. More than 2,800 flights were canceled on Tuesday also, due to the weather conditions. Snow, ice, and cold continue to make life miserable for millions of Americans. This week's extreme winter weather is already blamed for at least 20 deaths across the country, and as CBS's Nancy Chen reports, it's not over yet.
Much of the U.S. remains in the grip of an unusually harsh bout of severe winter weather. On Wednesday, the National Weather Service said more than 100 million Americans were under a winter storm warning, watch, or advisory. Those warnings extend from Canada to Mexico. In Texas, residents have already endured days of snow and sub-zero temperatures. Frozen pipes, pumps, and other equipment left millions without gas or electricity.
It's pretty bad that, as Texans, we just can't prepare for cold, and every other part of the country, this would have not been even an issue.
Plano resident Tara Davis fled to Florida with her 8-month-old baby.
This is a chance we're willing to take to not have to have our baby out here in -degree weather.
A rare midwinter tornado touched down this week in Brunswick County, North Carolina. The EF3 twister claimed 3 lives and damaged or destroyed as many as 50 homes. Nancy Chen, CBS News.
There were more than 3.5 million reported power outages in 8 states on Wednesday afternoon, most of those in Texas. The nursing program at the Lees College campus in Jackson is back up and running. Dr. Jennifer Linden is the president and CEO of Hazard Community and Technical College. She says the reason they removed the program initially was to prepare for the Accreditation Commission for Education in Nursing visit.
Now that we've made those preparations and we have everyone using the same curriculum and utilizing the same procedures, we are able to now go back to the Lees College campus. So again, we're just really excited.
Dr. Linden says there is still time to apply for the program. The deadline is March 15th. WYMT's Chas Jenkins will have more on this tonight at 6. The Internal Revenue Service says it has sent out all 147 million checks from the December stimulus package. The IRS was required to issue the $600 payments by mid-January so it could move on to processing this year's tax returns. Eligible people who have moved or changed bank accounts may not have received the money yet, but they can claim it on their 2020 tax return. In total, about $142 billion was sent out to help Americans. Jeff Bezos is back to being the world's richest person. Bloomberg Billionaires Index rating says the Amazon CEO is currently worth $191 billion. Bezos held the title for 3 years until Elon Musk knocked him off about 6 weeks ago. But Musk lost $4.5 billion on Tuesday after shares of Tesla fell. The index reports his net worth is a mere $190 billion. Bill Gates remains the world's third richest person, worth $137 billion. There is sadness from politicians and the radio world following the death of conservative talk show host Rush Limbaugh. CBS's Skylar Henry reports from Washington.
Rush Limbaugh's wife, Catherine, broke the news of his death to listeners of his radio show.
It is with profound sadness I must share with you directly that our beloved Rush, my wonderful husband, passed away this morning due to complications from lung cancer.
Former President Trump shared his sentiments, speaking by phone to Fox News. He said he talked to Limbaugh just a few days ago, describing him as very brave.
He is a legend. He really is. There aren't too many legends around, but he is a legend. And to those people that listen to him every day, it was like a religious experience for a lot of people. I mean, his fans, they just wouldn't miss him. A very, very unique person.
Mr. Trump awarded Limbaugh the Presidential Medal of Freedom last year. Speaking of Fox, the former president repeated false claims about the 2020 election while discussing his friends' thoughts about it.
Rush felt we won, and he was quite angry about it.
Representative Jim Jordan tweeted that Limbaugh was an icon and a patriot. Former President George W. Bush released a statement that said in part, while he was brash, at times controversial, and always opinionated, he spoke his mind as a voice for millions of Americans and approached each day with gusto. Press Secretary Jen Psaki shared the thoughts of the current occupant of the White House.
His condolences go out to the family and the friends of Rush Limbaugh.
Limbaugh's decades on the radio proved influential on both sides of the aisle. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo tweeted, quote, Limbaugh made conservatism popular with the entire nation and revolutionized conservative media. Coming up on First at 4, many couples are not being honest about their money. We'll show you how some are committing financial infidelity.
And we could already be seeing some snow falling in some spots. I'll talk about who sees how much coming up next.
The WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The WYMT News app, powered by Appalachian Wireless.
This is Gary C. Johnson, Simply the Law, Tuesday, 7 p.m. Have some fun with Keith and I.
Appalachian Wireless invites you to start the new year off with a bang. What better way than with a new Samsung device? The new Samsung Galaxy S21, S21 Plus, and S21 Ultra are the latest and hottest devices of the new year with great cameras, all-day battery life, and faster processors. The S21 is the phone everyone wants and will be jealous of. From now till the end of February, the new Samsung S21 models will be $400 off the Advantage plan at Appalachian Wireless and AppalachianWireless.com. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless.
Play where the grass is greener.
And it doesn't get any greener than the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail. This spring, play unlimited golf starting at just $110 per day. With 11 locations and 26 courses, the toughest challenge is deciding which one to play first. Great golf happens on great courses. Call 1-800-949-4444 or visit rtjgolf.com and make your plans to play the trail.
Whoa. The Kentucky Lottery's Cash Pop Daily Draw Game. Choose your numbers 1 to 15. One number wins it every 4 minutes. Play Cash Pop. Maybe your lucky number will win you some scratch.
What's the FAFSA?
I have no idea what FAFSA stands for.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of people at school talk about it, but I haven't actually had like a conversation about it.
When I'm preparing for college, my top priorities are how to pay for it.
They're really focused on getting you to the college level. They're not really focused on getting you through college, so they don't really talk about the financial aid or FAFSA.
The free application for federal student aid is the first step, and it just got easier. Visit knowhowtogoky.org to find out more.
This is a tale of two kitties. This kitty uses ordinary litter. This kitty uses pretty litter, the world's smartest cat litter, and it's delivered right to your door. Its ultra-light, super absorbent formula traps odors, and it does something no ordinary clay litter can do. Pretty Litter's color-changing crystals make it easy to monitor your cat's health, helping to avoid serious illness. She's switching to Pretty Litter. Smart move. Try Pretty Litter risk-free for 30 days. When you sign up, get free delivery. Go to prettylitter.com.
Give yourself a moment to get comfortable and cozy as you settle in for tonight's story, based on the Gospels.
Fall asleep now with Bible bedtime stories, exclusively on the Pray.com app.
Jag.
Severe weather alert day continues. We're starting to watch at least some snow try to make its way back into the mountains, into some spots. And for some, they're still dealing with some of that on the ground from previous storms. I-75 at Mount Vernon, you can actually see kind of that median and even on the shoulder of the roadway still dealing with some of that snowfall kind of pushed out of the way. So far, roads look just dry with a couple of wet spots. So for the most part, things are looking mostly okay on those roads right now. I don't think that'll be the case as we go later on into tonight. Winter storm warning in effect for everybody. This runs through Friday, and Friday morning, Friday night, kind of depends on exactly where you are. Most of us will be going, though, until Friday evening, and it goes into effect tonight at 7 o'clock. Those temperatures out there, most of us in those middle to lower 20s, Moorhead at 21. We're 27 here in Hazard, but you go down kind of into southeast Kentucky, southwest Virginia, and some of our East Tennessee counties, they're above freezing. Jonesville's above 40 right now. It's that warm nose that we're going to have to keep an eye on to see how much it may cut down on some of those snow totals as we head into tonight. Pinpoint Doppler showing, at least trying to portray that we have quite a bit of snow cover out there, but some of this isn't reaching the ground. I just don't think it's quite, we don't have enough that moisture in the air yet. We kind of back it on out. You see the system we're dealing with coming in from the south and west, and maybe starting to see some of that trying to move into the Cumberland Valley, places like Monticello and into Somerset. Send us reports if you are seeing some of that snowfall. Let's time it out with Future View. You notice by early on this morning, we're going to start to see that snow move in later on tonight. Notice our temperatures, though, that freezing line, that blue line we've been showing you really for the past while or so, the past couple weeks on our Future View map, farther to the south, meaning we'll see more of that snow as it begins. But we see that coming farther north as we head into tonight and early tomorrow morning. And that means we're going to start to see some of that sleet, freezing rain, and even just some plain old rain try to move in, especially for our far southeast counties in Kentucky and our southwest Virginia counties and some of those East Tennessee counties. But where that sets up will determine exactly who sees the most snow. Even Future View trying to bring another round of moisture in here by tomorrow night with another round of snow kind of going off and on through the day. I think it'll be more scattered than anything during the day tomorrow, but we'll keep an eye on it, of course. And we're finally starting to dry out by Friday, though those temperatures remain on the chilly side. We showed you a couple models earlier at 4 o'clock. We can show you a couple more now. This is the NAM model, kind of the short-term American model. talking about 2 to 3 inches for most locations. The European model, a little bullish, 5 inches in Harlan, 5 in Middlesboro. Not sure I believe that with the rain we have moving in. I think 2 to 3 in some spots, though. I think our thoughts here, 3 to 6 for much of the area, especially where you're getting that really cold air farther to the north, close to the I-64 corridor, really that Mountain Parkway corridor. It's our far southeast, places like Middlesboro, Harlan, and really up to Pikeville and our southwest Virginia counties and Tennessee counties. 2 to 4 inches of snow with some of that rain mixing in and maybe even a little bit of ice, but I don't think that's the main threat. On our extended forecast, where your weekend is always in view, the light at the end of the tunnel by this weekend looking pretty good with a mix of sun and clouds moving in after those flurries move out on Friday. We're warming on up into next week. Early next week looks like we'll see some rain, but near 50 as we head for the middle of next week. Steve?
Well, certainly good to see some warmer weather in the forecast, especially since some people, unfortunately, might be without power for a few days. Thank you, Evan. Now for today's Money Watch report, the Dow Jones closed up 91 points today. The NASDAQ lost 82. A rebound for retail sales at the start of the year. After a drop in December, the Commerce Department says retail sales rose 5.3% last month. That was better than expected as car sales led the increase. Norwegian ships won't be setting sail anytime soon. The cruise liner has extended its suspension through June. That means it is canceling all trips that were scheduled to depart through May 31st. Like its peers, Norwegian's passenger cruises have been docked since last year due to the pandemic and a no-sail order. Last fall, government officials lifted the no-sail mandate and replaced it with a conditional order. A new survey finds many couples are being unfaithful when it comes to money. CBS's Danya Backus looks at how some are committing financial infidelity.
Stefan and Christina Cheney were married for a couple of years before they sat down and talked seriously about finances.
I am spending how much on coffee? And you're spending how much on lunch?
They decided to make monthly budgets, but sometimes there's a little cheating.
When you hear the term financial infidelity, what do you think of that term?
I love that term.
Yeah.
When I see a transaction in the account and we both have agreed on certain budgets, right? And I see something that has exceeded that, I'm like, this woman has betrayed me, right?
In a new survey from creditcards.com, 40% of Americans admit committing financial infidelity. The most common offense is spending more money than their partner would be okay with. Others have secret credit cards or secret bank accounts.
The most common reason people gave us was that they want privacy. They want to manage their own money.
Ted Rossman from creditcards.com says millennials are the most likely to commit financial infidelity, and it can often lead to a sense of betrayal.
You think, hey, I really thought I knew this person, and they've been keeping the secret for so long, and chances are they're going to find out about it at some point. So I think communicating early and often is a good idea.
The Cheneys say it's important to be open about spending.
It's about just mutual respect and agreement and being on the same page.
And that's kept their marriage on the same page, too. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
1 in 4 people surveyed believe financial infidelity is worse than physical cheating. Still to come on First at 4, Catholics begin the Lenten season with Ash Wednesday today.
Do you like to explore the great outdoors? Then save the date for the East Kentucky Sport Boat and RV Show, March the 12th through the 14th at the Appalachian Wireless Arena in Pikeville. There's over 24,000 square feet of awesome displays featuring boats, RVs, and sport utilities. Bring the entire family. And remember, the kids fish free in the trout tank. We'll see you in Pikeville at the East Kentucky Sport Boat and RV Show, March the 12th through the 14th.
Get in the circle.
A new network celebrating country music invites you into the circle, where you'll get insider access to all that country has to offer.
There's some magic in here.
It doesn't get any better than this.
We are artist-driven and fan-focused. Country plays here.
Join me in the circle.
Contact your local cable company to get in the circle.
This is the kind of card that has America talking. With it, people with Medicare are getting all-in-one coverage for their doctor visits, hospital care, prescription drugs, and more. This kind of insurance, called Medicare Part C, may also cover dental care, eyeglasses, hearing aids, fitness programs, vitamins, even healthy meals and rides to the doctor. With this kind of coverage, you do not need a Medicare supplement insurance plan. You will access your benefits through your Medicare Part C plan for one low and oftentimes $0 monthly plan premium. You deserve to get the most from your Medicare benefits. Call now for free information that may help you get more coverage for less money. There is no obligation to enroll. Whether for yourself or someone you love, call the number on the screen now. Call now.
In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men.
Download the Pray.com app today.
You're watching WYMT.
Catch all the high school and college action during sports overtime on Friday and Saturday nights on WYMT, HNI, and WYMT.com. Sponsored by Appalachian Wireless.
This is Pretty Litter, the world's smartest cat litter. Its ultralight, super absorbent formula traps odors, and its crystals change colors to help you monitor your cat's health. Plus, Pretty Litter offers free delivery. Order today at prettylitter.com.
Have a news tip? Then call the WYMT News Tip line.
Full Court Press with Greta Van Sustrom on WYMT.
Here's a look at what we're working on for Mountain News. Beginning at 5:30, one person is dead in Laurel County and two others injured from carbon monoxide poisoning following a power outage. We'll talk to a woman in Perry County who is one of the thousands across eastern Kentucky that still does not have power. Plus, Chief Meteorologist Paige Noel will have updates on the next winter storm moving in the next few hours. We hope you'll join us again beginning at 5:30. Christians around the globe are starting the Lenten season with a visit to church. Ash Wednesday kicks off Lent, which lasts the 46 days leading up to Easter Sunday. Believers will mark the occasion with an ash cross on their forehead, which represents death and repentance. Many Christians will then choose to fast or give up something they enjoy for the Lenten period. Easter Sunday is April 4th. Planters is looking for some new college graduates to drive Mr. Peanut's Nutmobile. Crossing the country in a nut on wheels could just be the adventure of a lifetime for you. There are job openings for a new crew of Planters Peanutters, the brand ambassadors who pilot the Nutmobile. Accompanied by Mr. Peanut himself, the Peanutters also do events and media interviews from coast to coast. It's also the once-in-a-lifetime chance to see the world through the windshield of a massive nut. We'll be right back.
We're the HVAC outlet where we only sell the best for less. You can browse HVAC systems online and see the prices. Save thousands. Complete split systems starting at $17.95. Complete ductless systems from $5.99 and mobile home furnaces start at $4.99. Our trained staff are standing by to answer your questions to make sure you get exactly what you need. To learn more, go to the HVACoutlet.com or click to call. The HVAC Outlet, where we'll keep your family warm and cozy for less.
Introducing NutriChopper, the compact handheld speed slicer that cuts up to 10 times quicker than a knife. You can have one slice or 10 perfect slices at once. NutriChopper comes with the razor-sharp interchangeable stainless steel blades to make all of the cuts you want, and all incredibly quick. Mince a mound of onions and never have time for tears. And NutriChopper comes with a perfect portion container so you can slice, seal, and store it all in one. You get the complete NutriChopper set with blades and container with lids, all for just $19.99 with free shipping. Order now.
Just up the road in Erlanger, Kentucky's own playing card company produces 4 billion decks of cards a year. We know because we're Kentucky's insurance company, insuring all sorts of property damage involving your auto and home, but not your house of cards. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
I've been asked many times, what law firm would you hire if you could hire any for your family? The answer is simple. I would hire us. Morgan & Morgan has more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. The insurance company knows we'll take them all the way, which allows us to fight for early and fair settlements for you. They also know which firms are all bark and no bite. There's only one Morgan & Morgan for the people.
If your vehicle's manufacturer warranty is expired or is about to run out, you'll be on the hook for unexpected repairs. Breakdowns used to mean paying thousands out of pocket. Until now. Introducing Endurance Advantage, a vehicle protection plan with extensive breakdown coverage plus routine maintenance.
As a mechanic, I see it all the time. A customer doesn't keep up with their regular maintenance and it leads to a breakdown or worse, disqualifies their warranty.
No matter how many miles your car has, if it's under 20 years old, Endurance has you covered. That means insurance plus Endurance equals total protection. From oil and filter changes to brake pad and wiper blade replacements, Advantage provides maintenance coverage up to $3,500 per year.
With Endurance Advantage, you'll never worry about paying for covered auto repairs or regular maintenance again.
Call 800-297-6748 for a free quote. That's 800-297-6748.
Closings on WYMT and WYMT.com, sponsored by Community Trust Bank, Kentucky Power, and Big Sandy Heating and Cooling.
Thanks so much for joining us. WKYT News at 5:30 is next. At 5 is next. See you back here at 5:30. It's been a long